Not really a breakup story, but this how my ex left me. The story of my ex and me is one I never imagined would end the way it did. We were in a long-distance relationship for 4 years, a mix of love, hope, and the struggles that come with being apart. In April 2023, we broke up. I thought that was it, that our chapter had closed. But in May, my dad passed away, and I felt like I needed to reach out to her. I asked if she wanted to come to his funeral. To my surprise, she was excited, not just about attending, but about seeing me again. She told me she couldn't wait for us to be together, even talked about going on dates. For a moment, it felt like maybe life was giving us another chance. When she came to see me that week, it was like no time had passed. We kissed, cuddled, and shared moments that reminded me why I had fallen for her in the first place. It felt so natural, like we were a couple again, even though we never explicitly talked about where we stood. We took pictures, laughed, and just enjoyed being in the same space after so long. She stayed with me from May 30th to June 7th, and during that time, she spoke about wanting me to move back home with her. I agreed, but explained I had to settle some family matters first because of my dad. She understood and said she would wait. On the day she left, she cried. She told me she'd miss me and kissed me goodbye. It felt genuine, like there was a future for us again. Through most of June, we kept in touch, video chatting and talking about the future. She'd say she loved me, and that she couldn't wait for us to be together. Everything seemed perfect, almost too good to be true. But then, out of nowhere, she started pulling away. In the last week of June, her texts became less frequent. At one point, she even disappeared for 4 days without saying anything. When I finally asked her what was going on, she told me she wanted to be single and apologized for hurting me. She said we couldn't be together anymore. It hurt, but I tried to let it go. I mean, this wasn't the first time she'd done this. During our 4 years together, there were moments when she'd break up with me and then reconnect later. She often said long distance was hard for her, that she felt lonely and wished she had friends to go out with instead of being stuck at home alone. So, while it stung, I thought maybe this was just another phase, that she'd come back again. But fast forward to November, and I stumbled upon something that shattered me. I went on Instagram after months of no contact and saw her in an album with another guy. They were on dates, in bed together, kissing. It was all posted on October 15th. My heart sank. In 2 months, she was already with someone else. Worse, I found out from her mom that she had met this guy in mid-July, just 2 weeks after telling me she wanted to be single. Not only that, but she moved in with him a month later. They'd been living together ever since. When I confronted her about it, she blocked me on everything, saying she didn't want to go back and forth and that she'd moved on. I was left questioning everything. Why tell me she loved me? Why talk about a future together if this guy was already in the picture? Why lead me on only to replace me so quickly? The pain wasn't just from losing her, but from realizing how little my feelings seemed to matter in the end. It's a wound that hasn't healed, and maybe it never will.